You're a journalist, but you're also a person, aren't you?
Yeah,
I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but what was that actually like?
Difficult with many respects. It's not a conflict like the others. First, you have to make the decision of staying. Sorry, when you see other fellows or other people in Afghans by thousands just going out of the country because the Americans are leaving, the Taliban are taking over. Nobody knows what's going to happen, and especially with respect to the threats of the ISIS, with multiple attacks we've seen on the capital. So this is humanly speaking, it's a very big decision to make because we want to live. We are not just crazy. The other point, and I have to pay tribute to the team, the Afghan teams who have been working with me, and we are staying beyond. The other problem, with respect of the thousands of people we know that have been left behind, despite promises from the West, despite promises and all documents ready to be evacuated, which were not flown out. The very team which we work with, so Qayyum and Hamid, we are the 16 members of families. At the beginning of my trip in Kabul, were saying, we want to go, we want to leave. And when I have to leave myself and I leave them behind, this is something which is quite difficult to sustain and just. They know we're going to try to make them out, but this is something quite personal and extremely difficult to go through, yes, indeed.
And not just them, but of course the whole country as well. I mean, you were there literally for a few hours, obviously, after the Taliban took full control. But I mean, what are your fears now for the country, knowing as you do, what the Taliban can be like?
Afghanistan is really much a beautiful country, which you really sense at first sight that it's a very profound and beautiful civilization, and which have been through war because of the proxy situation. And it looks like with the American pulling out after 20 years that it's going to start again like this. And with respect to the Afghan population, it's really tragic, and there is maybe a momentum. My point is, there has been this period of 20 years of quite emancipation, education. So the people in Afghanistan are not the same as the 1996 period when the Taliban took the reign of the country. The Taliban also maybe have changed, they're trying to change, but they won't change forever if there is no incentive from powers outside. So it's we have a tiny chance here. The problem is when the American administration, who knows very well the terrain, of course, says that, and Mr. Blinken is on his way to Qatar, which is the key player in this story. The risk of a civil war, it's looming, and it will be tragic for these beautiful people of Afghanistan. But it is actually a reality, and we have a responsibility to maybe engage the Taliban, because there is no way out, because we won't engage with the ISIS, of course, but the Pakistan and Qatar and regional powers are playing also a quite dark, I would say, game and a proxy war again. So with tribute and respect for the Afghan people, something has been done now, because if not, it will be again history repeating itself.
Cyril, thanks very much. Good to have you with us today. Good to talk to you last week as well, of course, from Kabul. Cyril Payen, our correspondent, just back then from Afghanistan.